say this anyway. For a couple of old broads, we're doing good with the tech.
You bloody well are, exactly. Way out of my comfort zone, or it was until about 6 months ago, I suppose. I actually quite enjoy
Yeah.
learning it now. It's really good for our brains, Sharon.
Well, exactly, and we can talk about that a little bit. So we're live. We're on Facebook. I
Okay.
can't see that anybody has joined us yet, but we'll hang on for a minute.
Okay.
Um, and
No, they can catch us later.
yeah, so if anybody does jump on, it would be brilliant if you would let us know where you're jumping on from. Um, and if you're catching the replay, which is more likely because it's Saturday night, guys, so you're probably all out on the town. If you're catching the replay, please put hashtag replay just to let me know that um, that you're there and that you've watched it, and uh, maybe I can reach out as well. So, what did I call this? I've called it In Conversation with Annette. And I'm not going to chat too much about me because that's not what we're here for. But we've come on tonight to have a chat because I've been, and well, we both have, to be honest, been talking a lot about facing retirement and about financial independence or the lack of it. So that's really what we're going to chat about today. Oh, we've got somebody jumped on, so I don't know who it is, but put a comment and say hi.
Let us know who you
Oh,
are.
they've run away straight away. Anyway, let's carry on. So what was I saying? Yeah, we've been talking a lot um about money and pensions and managing in later life. And just to really short sort of about from my point of view is for nearly all my well, when I was young, I didn't think about retirement at all because who does, you know?
Yeah.
And then when I got married and had kids, I was too busy to think about retirement as well. And then I started to think, and I was just like, oh, it's fine. I love my work. I'll just keep working. Okay. And that was just it, really. Retirement wasn't on my radar. But all of a sudden, two things happened. One is I got ill and I had nearly 2 years with no income because I was self-employed. So that was a bit of a shock, and a bit worrying. And it happened, it didn't happen, it wasn't that long ago. So that was a bit of a wake-up call. And it got me thinking, blimey, what if I can't carry on working? So there was that. But then also, the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I actually didn't want to carry on working in the same way. So I had to do something though, because I have nothing in place. And I don't own my house. I don't have a load of assets, and neither does my husband. So we're in rented property. And I really saw that unless I carried on working, our world was going to diminish. We were going to have to stop doing things. We were going to have to get rid of one car. Holidays were going to go out the window. All the nothing fancy, but we were just going to have to really tighten our belts. And you know what? We were already paycheck to paycheck and making ends meet. you know?
So many people are.
Yeah. So that is why I got into, not a year ago, it's about 8 months, 9 months ago, I got into a new type of business. And that's what we've come here to talk about. But I'm not going to go into that because I'm going to pass over to Annette, who's going to share a little bit of her story. Annette and I have known each other a long time.
At
We,
least 15
yeah,
years.
must be.
Yeah.
We met through because we have a mutual love of horses. So we've been moving in horsey circles for about 15 years, I think. So we're old pals, and we hadn't done anything together for ages until this business opportunity came along. Um, and as far as I'm concerned, that's a real plus to be working with people that I already know and trust. So that's been a real plus. But let me pass over to Annette, who will share a little bit of her story.
Oh, hi. Hello, everybody. I am Annette. Um, my story is quite long, so I'm gonna do a bit of a whistle stop tour through it. I'm one of those people who left school with absolutely no qualifications whatsoever. I went to work on my friend's farm. That was for a couple of years, and then I became a nanny for another couple of years. And then I got married for about 10 years, had three children, got divorced. Um, and it dawned on me then I had absolutely no qualification and no way of earning a proper living, and I didn't have anybody to support me either. And that's when I went back into education for myself. Again, I was really surprised that I could do more than I thought I could. Did my O levels. There were O levels in those days, not GCSEs. I did a couple of A levels. People were going to university, and I thought, God, I'm not getting any less marks than they are. So if they can do it, I can do it. And that was kind of a big learning, really, to watch what other people are doing and have that, if they can do it, I can do it attitude. I think that was the first time that I realized, oh, okay, I can do more than I think I. So I kind of went back. I got a place in university. I did a degree, and then I went on to do an MA, and then moved to London, became trained as a therapist, and that was like 30 years ago. So my primary occupation still is being a psychotherapist. However, very much like Sharon, because we're women and we have children, we raise the next generation of taxpayers, we actually get penalised with much lower pensions than men. And nowadays, a man's pension pot is almost twice as much as the average woman's pension pot when they both retire at pretty much the same age, which is not fair. And if you're a woman on your own, then that is a huge disadvantage. And again, like Sharon, I realized that I actually really needed to have a lot more money. Interestingly, the pension that I am on is £14.27 over the limit to get pension credit. So I can't apply for pension credit, no housing benefit, no extra money for electricity, nothing. So that's a real catch-22 for me. It's not fair, and there are thousands of other people in the same situation. I found the business that Sharon was talking about 12, 14 months ago. So I've been in it for about 14 months. I did struggle to start with because I am not a techie person. There is a lot to learn, and I've absolutely loved it. I can't tell you how much better my brain is now that I've learned all of this stuff. So I don't really want to go on too much longer about my history, but just to say that I was doing a little bit of research the other day about, I wonder how many people who are, there's this word called unretired. There are an awful lot of people who are unretired who've set up their own businesses and are doing very, very well. Thank you very much. There's even an award coming up in November for the Unretired Entrepreneur of the Year award. So guess who's going for that one?
Oh, me too.
So nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. So
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
I mean, this is really relevant actually because it's just one of the things I used to do when I needed more money was get myself a part-time job.
yeah,
And I've had lots, done lots of different things. So my horsemanship coaching and everything has been the main thread and what I love doing. But I have a whole list of other, not just jobs actually, sort of careers. They never lasted very long because I always went back to the horses. But the thing is, you're talking about, you know, uh, entrepreneurs and people over the age of 60 who are going into business. The reason for this is just going out and getting a part-time job that's going to earn you a few £100 a
Hmm.
month isn't going to cut it.
No, it's not. No way.
It just isn't,
No way.
it and that was something else I realized. And also, I don't mind working, but there comes a point where you just go, nah, I'm not dancing to somebody else's tune. I am too old in the tooth.
Yeah,
I want to be have some independence about how the hours I work, where I work, um,
actually.
all that. And I don't want to have to fit into somebody else's rota and ask if I can have a day off to go and play with, take the grandkids out or take the horse somewhere or something. So
Exactly.
that's really important. And I think I love this. unretired community of people who are 60 plus who are setting up businesses,
No, it's
you know.
phenomenal. Yeah.
And it's not, it is also not just about money, because you mentioned earlier about, um, that we weren't very techy and all that you've learned. And, it's about health as well, because it just keeps things going.
Absolutely, absolutely, and especially the products that we're talking about, the opportunity to develop your own business with these products. I mean, they're healthy products. They're healthy for the body, and they're healthy for the planet as well. So for me, it was a complete no-brainer. If I can make some money and quite a bit of money, it's a high ticket business, direct sales business. So if I can make a lot of money improving my own health, improving the health of other people by offering them this business opportunity, and improving the health of the planet globally. It's like, why would you not do that?
Exactly, exactly. And the other thing is I think I posted about this the other day, some stats about the number of people, and I can't remember if it was UK or England or whatever, but the number of people who are living into their 90s it was 550,000. And it's recently, I heard on the radio, been updated in 2023. It was over 600,000.
Oh,
And over two-thirds, 67% of that number of people in their 90s was women.
wow. Yeah,
So
doesn't
going
surprise
back to what you said about health, yes, I hope I've got another 25, 30 years to go. I do. But I want to be healthy.
me. Exactly.
I don't want to spend a decade in an old people's home being kept alive on mush and
Exactly.
with brain dead, you know.
Wonder what the word ripe old age really means.
Yes.
Ripe as a banana? No, thank you. An
No.
old brown banana. I want to be a fit old age. Yeah.
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 And this business, I mean, I launched in June last year, and I was already working online a little bit since lockdown. So I had learned some skills and I had got more comfortable with Zoom and this sort of thing. But I'd never done a live before, except by mistake.
Only you, Karen, only you.
Only me. And, you know, there's so much I can talk about on this in terms of what I've learned. And it hasn't been hard because I've loved it, and you're learning with like-minded people, people who have the same values, really, who have the same outlook on life, you know. And I mean, you and I, we're both in the same sort of business. We want people to have a better life, don't we?
Absolutely.
You're a counselor, I'm now coaching and everything else. We got into the horse thing to change the world for horses and
Yeah.
humans,
Yeah.
and we've just taken that another step further. So creating impact is also massive for me, you know. And I do want to change the world.
Yeah. I absolutely. I mean, the last 30 years for me has been dedicated to changing people's lives. And to blow my own trumpet, I've been pretty successful at it. I'm still doing it. People still come and see me. People still write me the most amazing testimonials. It's like, literally, you have literally saved my life. So it's like, that's even now, as I say that, that kind of really gets to me. It's like, yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
think they come to me suicidal and they go off and they like flying solo, happy, living tremendous lives. It's just the
And
most
that's what,
important thing. And this for me, this new business is like it's almost like it's a diversification from that. It's more about products that help people's lives, help them well. But I mean, we often talk about this business. 80% of it is inner work. It's self-development. It's never-ending lifelong learning. So it's almost like it isn't just a business. This is like a whole holistic way of life that we're giving people the opportunity to take.
yeah, it is. It is. And I mean, that's pretty huge, isn't it, really? Because we're changing, it's a whole new paradigm of doing business,
Yeah.
which kind of what I love, and it's something I talk about all the time, is it kind of blurs the work-life balance thing.
Yes, it does. I hadn't thought of that. That's right.
Yeah, well, it's something that's a bit of a project of mine because I don't believe that trying to find a balance is necessarily the way to go. I think that you need to love what you do all the time,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
And this business, the way this works, is kind of pointing people in that direction.
absolutely. It's like follow your passion and you'll never work a day again for the rest of your life.
Yeah, yeah. And it carries on working when you're not working.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
No,
actually,
it's like a
it,
miracle.
this is
What have you
work,
done? This is
isn't it?
amazing. Yeah.
You
You're
know?
earning while you sleep. Money drops into your bank account while you're asleep. It's incredible. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a little notice on my phone just before we came online say, oh, you've got X blah, 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 dropping into your bank account. Oh, thank you very much. That's nice. No idea. It's almost like it comes from nowhere.
yeah. Okay, I'm not sure. What have we done? We're sort of 15 bit
About
over.
minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else you want to say? I mean, I think we've been quite excited about what we're talking
Yeah, I
about.
think we
And
have. Yeah, I think so.
our message is, or my message is, and I think Annette's will be the same, but I'll let her um, say something, is please, if you're just any of this resonates in any way at all, if you're curious and you want to find out more, if this has caused you to stop and think about your future, then please reach out to either of us. Okay.
Okay.
We've got uh, loads of resources that we can share with you. We will, and I'm speaking for Annette here as well, be totally transparent about the business. We haven't talked in detail about the commission or the compensation or the products, not because we're hiding anything,
That's a
absolutely
different
not,
webinar
but there's
one.
just not time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
But
do that later.
we have all the resources to share that with you. Um, and yeah, I mean, information is power, knowledge is power. You just, if you are interested, you just need to get the information.
Yeah. And we're more than happy to share that with you. And um it's kind of mind blowing. It's kind of mind blowing. And the training platform is second to none. I feel like I've been doing an MBA, to be honest. It's just, and I wake up in the mornings and go, is it time to get up yet? Can I get up now? I don't allow myself out of bed before 5 o'clock. And it's like, I'm raring to go. I just
Yeah.
can't. I'm
Yeah.
still full of energy at half past
And
10.
it's a global community. So
Oh,
the amazing thing is there's always someone to talk to.
I never thought about that. That never occurred to me. Oh, yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's just incredible. There's always someone in some part of the world that you can jump on and they'll be online and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly. Hi, how are you
you know.
doing?
So yeah.
Yeah.
So there was something else I wanted to say and it's completely gone. Oh, I know what it was. So this is important. We have a business academy, okay, that supports you, that's separate from the company that manufacture the products, but it's all part of the same opportunity.
The package that you and I are
Yeah,
having is
but
that
there is a um, risk-free trial. Okay, so you can jump into this platform and you've got 7 days that you can rummage around in it and check it out. And it is full. It'll tell you all about the products, it'll tell you all about the compensation plan, and even more exciting, all the education, which will help you, funnily enough, if you are self-employed, if you're some sort of entrepreneur, there is so much information in there for a business, even if you don't get involved with the products.
yeah,
It's risk-free. You would have to put in a some sort of credit card or debit card, but nothing will come out of your account for 7 days. And if you decide it's not for you, well, then you just jump
okay.
back out again. And again, if you want details of that, all you need to do is let us know.
Brilliant. Good job.
Okay, I think that's it.
I think it
So,
is.
I don't know if anyone's there now or not, but if you're jumping on the replay, drop us a line, drop us a comment or something, and yeah, look forward to talking to you. And Annette, thank you.
Welcome. It's been my
Um,
pleasure.
I think we might do some more, actually. We might,
We should do
you
a
know,
webinar, shouldn't we? So,
yeah, that would be good.
yeah,
That's a good idea. We could do a webinar together.
yeah, let's do that.
Okay, right. So now I'm going to find the bit that actually stops the live, hopefully without echoes and everything else. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, and thank you, Annette, again. So let's see. Stop the live stream.